The problem states, sketch the graph of the equation y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 2 and label the coordinates of at least 3 solution points. So first we have to graph this equation and then plot the coordinates of 3 solution points. So the easiest way to graph this is to use the slope and the y-intercept. So this determines the slope and this is the y-intercept. So you can see this is in y equals mx plus b form. M being the slope and the b being the y-intercept. So the slope here is negative 2/3. And the y-intercept is positive 2. So it's written as 0, 2. Because the y-intercept, x is always 0, y is whatever the b is, which is in this case positive 2. So this is what's going to help us to graph this equation. Now let's draw the x and y plane. After you finish drawing your x and y coordinate plane, x being here, y being vertical, positive x to the right of the origin, negative to the left, positive y above the origin, below is negative numbers. So now we're going to use the slope and the y-intercept to help graph our equation. So first we can plot the y-intercept. So 0, 2. So we start at the origin. So 0 for x, so that means we stay here. 2 for y, that means we go up 2 because it's positive. So this is the y-intercept. This is the point 0, 2. Now I use the slope. The slope is going to help me draw the line. So the slope, if we know the formula, is just the difference of the y over the difference of the x. So to remember what the slope was, so if we remember the slope equation, it's just y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or simply just the change in y over the change in x. Another way to see slope is just the rise over the run. Because the change in y, meaning how the y changes, so y being vertical, that's why we call it the rise, because going up and down means how we rise. Run meaning left to right being the x, because the bottom is the change in x, so that's why here is the run. It's called the run, how the x changes from left to right. So we have our m is negative 2/3. So this is just the rise over the run. So that means we start off with the top. We always start off with the top. So that means we rise negative 2. So our starting point is at the y-intercept. Always start at the y-intercept. So we start at this point, 0, 2. The slope says that it's negative 2/3. So we're going to rise negative 2. So when we see negative, right, rise means to go up. But when we see negative, that means we're actually going to go down. So we're rising, we're actually going down 2. So from here we go down 2, so 1, 2, and then we run 3. So when we run 3, it's positive, so we're going to the right 3. So first down 2, 1, 2, and then we run 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's the next point. So we can see we rose negative 2, so we went down 2, and then we did a run of 3. So then we did 1, 2, 3. And that's the steps we had to take. We had to do the rise and the run, and when we finish doing that, that's our next point. And then we can do it again from this point. So we go down 2, so 1, 2, because we're looking at the y values here. Here we're at 0, so when we go down 2, we have to go down 1, so to negative 1, down another 1, so that would be 2 to negative 2. And then from here, we go rerun 3. So we're at 3, so 1, 2, 3. So we end up at this point. So the problem stated that we had to find 3 solution points. So we have 1, 2, 3 points. And when we graph this, we just draw a straight line between these 3 points. And we have to plot the coordinates of these 3 solution points. So we already have one solution point from the beginning, was the y-intercept, 0, 2. The other 2 solution points we have to plot. So we have, what is this point? So we have 1, 2, 3 as our x, comma, and it stays on the x-axis, it doesn't go up or down, so that means the y is 0. So this point is 3, 0. To go to this point, we count x first, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It lies 6, and then we goes 1, 2 down, so -2. So this point is 6, -2. Because 6x, and it goes to the -2 for y. And we can see here, we graphed the line, the equation, y is equal to -2/3 x plus 2. And we also plotted 3 solution points, 0, 2, 3, 0, and 6, -2. So to review the problem, we have to know when it's in the y equals mx plus b form, we have to use our m, which is given here, and our y-intercept. So when we write that down, we start from there. So you always plot the y-intercept first, which was 0, 2. After you've drawn your x and y plane, we plot 0, 2, which is right here. So that's our starting point. From there, we use the slope. So the slope is always rise over run when it's given. The slope in the equation is given as -2/3. So that means -2 is the rise and run is the 3, the bottom number. So whenever we see a negative number, right, the rise actually means to go down. So -2 means we go down 2 from the starting point. And the starting point is always the y-intercept. So we went down 2, and then we run 3. We made a run. So positive 3, run 1, 2, 3. So this is the next point. And then we do it again. Down 2, 1, 2, and over 3. 1, 2, 3. That point. So you can continue doing that, but this problem stated that we only need 3 solution points. So we already had the first solution point, and then we created 2 more. So we can finish there. We just draw a straight line, plot the coordinates, and this is our answer.